If your loser incel friend wished upon a willow branch to metaphysically enslave your ex to be madly in love with him against her will, what would you do? In this How to Beat video, I'm gonna break down the mistakes the incel made, what you should do, and how to beat the one wish willow in Obsession. We start out following Baron Bear Bailey. Yeah, I'm not calling this jabroni bear, more like a worm with arms. Worm is an incel finally confessing love to his bestie one-itis, Nikki.
I think about you all the time. You're in every song I listen to.
I'm sure Reddit told him that this was a good idea.
So I keep telling myself, don't tell her she's too good.
Ugh.
That I would choose you over everything.
Thank God his bro in the jean jacket is mocking him off the ledge, calling his spineless wet noodle out for that sappy drool. Apparently, this was a mock run with the diner's waitress. Her advice? Bring Nikki her favorite flowers and candy when you go through with this love puke. Alright, you can leave now. Asking a woman for advice on how to attract women is like asking a fish how to catch fish. The bro is dishing out some common sense, like touch grass in the sun, hit the gym, have some actual life goals outside of this woman who you've never touched before, and then casually flirt with her before asking to grab drinks together sometime and naturally escalate from there.
I'd like a double espresso so I could stay up all night, cause I'm in the mood to
I'm giving this pathetic simp about a 0% chance of taking this advice, and a 100% chance of this ending very poorly. Oh look, Baron's cat named Sandy croaked after consuming his mom's oxy stash. But why, Sandy? The bottle said, do not eat. Can you not read? It's not at all surprising that these dumb allowed this to happen. With the worm's journey to the dark side almost complete, he heads out to meet up with Nikki for trivia tonight. There's just one stop that he needs to make first. A spiritual trinket store to pick up a new necklace for Nikki. That's where he spots the One Wish Willows. The box reads, spark the middle and break in half. Open the package to a magical jingle and a surprise. Hold the One Wish Willow. Gently break it in half and state your wish clearly. Wait up to 24 hours for your wish to come true. Disposal: after granting your wish, the one willow loses its magical properties. Cool, they're only $7, so if you believe that, you might as well grab a few. Start small with your first wish to test it out.
Yeah, well, they've been pretty popular since we put them out. Everybody wants a wish.
No because they actually work. I would have cleared the whole store out and gone straight to the distributor's source the second I found out that they worked. Which begs the question, why on earth would a seller of magical wishes sell them in a trinket store for a few bucks wholesale? This message is sponsored by Raycon. Nerds, summer is here, and there's no better time to clip in a pair of this video's sponsor, Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds. Like when I'm working up a sweat on a midday jog. Raycon's premium sound piping in my favorite song of the week keeps my motivation up to levels I simply could not sustain on my own. It's also super comfortable, using their ultralight flexible ear hook that contours to my unique ears, so I forget it's even there. Or when I'm hitting up the pool to read a book or watch YouTube videos while I'm tanning. But I need to keep my ears open with Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds in order to hear Ham Porter running up past me to execute a big nasty belly flop that would appease the rain gods when I'm getting some scripting done, but my phone's blowing up at the same time. With Raycon's multi-point connectivity, I can seamlessly swap between my computer and phone to field the calls without ever having to disconnect and repair the Bluetooth. And with 8 hours of playtime combined with 36 hours of battery in the charge and carry case, my ears are never unarmed. Raycon has over 3 million customers, and the sound quality is just as good as the way more expensive brands. And if you don't like them, they have a 30-day guarantee. Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds are a great option for everyday listening. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/nerdopen to get 20% off. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring. All the cashier mentions is that the people who use them come back and complain. What, that their wish came true with all the inevitable unintended consequences, and you never thought to try a One Wish Willow yourself to test it out? It's not like they cost $1 million. Maybe you could wish for an IQ bump. so you don't have to work at a job you clearly hate. Baron, Nikki, Sarah, and Ian all go out, grab drinks, blah blah blah, and eventually when the night ends, Baron volunteers to take Nikki home. It's clear Nikki's into Baron, asking about his feelings for Sarah, who's also into him, telling him how much she cares about him, how he's the only one that she can talk to, and about her need for love, and ultimately flat out demands that if he likes her, now is the time to say it.
I think we're good friends.
Weak. Man up, count to 3, go up and knock on her door. When she opens it, say, "Nikki, I really like you." If she says nothing, parts her lips, looks into your eyes or mouth, move in for the kiss with one hand around her waist and the other tucking her hair behind her ear. Pause for a breath just before touching her lips to build anticipation. If she doesn't pull back, kiss her lightly at first, then pick her up, slam her into the wall, and French kiss her. Obviously. I get it. Easier said than done if you're an inexperienced, unconfident jabroni like Baron, whose dad is clearly out of the picture and is being raised by a pill-popping single mother. Look, the reason why Baron pisses me off so much is that as much as it pains me to say it, there was a time way back when I was like that. My brain still haunts me with that cringe from time to time. Suffering from his own inaction, Baron takes the easy way out. No, not that one. The other way out. A cheat fortune cookie to magically fix all of his problems without putting in the work himself. This can only end badly, as all weak men seeking shortcuts do.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the world.
You idiot! I wish Nikki Freeman loved me would have sufficed. More than anyone in the world, that's where you went wrong. Your wish just implied that Nikki needs to love you more than anyone could love anyone in the world. There are a lot of psychopaths out there who have extremely twisted versions of love, and you just put Nikki at the very end of that extreme. You'll be lucky to make it a week without murders occurring. At max, don't wish for something permanent when God knows how many unintended consequences could occur. A temporary, short duration would be good enough. Just wish for Nikki to give you a chance romantically for a couple weeks. Then you'll know if you even like her. You should have wished to be more confident, a little bit more jacked, bank account to be full of money. I don't know, stuff as many wishes into one wish as you can. Wishes that better yourself. Still, if this one wish Willow actually worked, it would behoove you to go back, buy some more, test the wishes, and to be careful with your wording. By wishing Nikki loved you more than anyone in the world, you certainly created a stage 5 clinger. The problem with this wish is that you also significantly altered her personality. The Nikki you actually loved cared about other things, had an aloof chill about her, had her own goals and motivations, and, most importantly, had free will. You basically just metaphysically enslaved this hot babe to bang you. Cool. Except it's not. Because the one wish Willow works 60% of the time. Every time.
What the f?
Uh-oh. What's the matter, Bear? Trouble in paradise? Seems Nikki has moments of lucidity where her consciousness breaks through the Willow's wish powers. Well, that sucks. How are we supposed to do it when it's a roll of the dice whether or not she wide-eye freaks the f out? Cue the Google research montage. Bro, I know you're clueless, but you don't need Google to know that this thing worked. Is part of the wish that Nikki has to be creepily hidden in shadows at all times, and to be a total psycho that exhumes a person's dead cat to hold a ceremony in the kitchen where it perked up? What the hell, One Wish Willow? I said I wanted her to love me. I didn't say crazy in love. The next day at work, Baron debriefs Ian on the situation, her panic attack, her dad having cancer, etc. Their conclusion is that Nikki must have slipped a molly or something. I guess she has a history of that. Nikki's still a little starey. Generally, though, she seems to be a bit more normal. Or not. Later that night, when Baron's talking to Ian about her, a shadow that was standing outside his window watching him moves to the door. It's Nikki, in a red dress, in the shadows, apologizing about being wasted on MDMA that night when she went crazy on him. Obviously, we know that Nikki may have overheard Baron and Ian suspecting that she was on Molly. Not sure Baron knows that she knows. The whole thing is a mess. Because the lies, deception, and emotional manipulation is the Willow attempting to reconcile the intermittent rifts of lucidity between Nikki's self and its fluctuating power over her. To me, this is an obvious, plausible explanation for what's going on, given the absurd coincidence and sheer magnitude of Nikki's attraction towards Baron. As for what to do about it, maybe let it ride a little longer, see if the rifts mellow out a bit. I don't know, that dead cat thing was messed up. She's too far on the crazy side in my opinion. Maybe this is all just a bumpy transitional period with the Willow. I definitely think Baron needs to go back to the store, buy up the rest of them, keep them safe, and if Nikki does anything more crazy, seems unhinged in any way, I would attempt to use another wish to nullify his previous wish. I feel like that would be a safe wish without unintended consequences. Sure, Nikki will probably wake up, remember what she did, remember the enslavement that the Willow had over her, and resent or hate you for putting her through that. Which, to be fair, it is extremely f***ed up. But at least then your relationship would be honest. You wouldn't be perpetually torturing her with the get-out style of spiritual hypnosis. And she won't be likely to have a complete psychotic break where she strangles another woman to death for flirting with you. Seems Nikki was convincing in her apology. They're both now dating, being all cute and lovey together, sharing memes at work. I want to wear your skin as a sweater. I'll be right back. I just need to go home and grab something from my safe. While Baron and Nikki are out on a date having fun, Ian hits him up and enacts bro code. Apparently, he did some digging on Nikki's dad. Turns out he's healthy as a horse. Hasn't missed a day of work despite Nikki saying that he'd been out for weeks. And the hospital hasn't heard of him. She flat out lied about her dad's cancer. He adds, Sarah told me today that Nikki always said that you were like a brother, and the thought of being with you grosses her out. And hey man, take it with a grain of salt, people can change, but you should know because this is all weird. He's even rationalizing it too, thinking maybe Sarah was just jealous, maybe Nikki was embarrassed or didn't want to admit that she liked him when she thinks that Sarah has feelings for Baron too. I don't know. Ian's massively suspicious of the whole snap change in Nikki's personality, hinting that whatever's going on is liable to end up like Netflix's Maternal Instinct documentary. Well, the rest of this date's gonna be awkward.
Bear, I love you so much. I don't think I could live without you.
This is the perfect time and place to call out her lie about her dad's cancer.
No.
Nikki's all like, does it even matter if I lied about my dad's cancer? And Baron's like, not for tonight. One last hookup before I hit up the trinket store for another Willow branch to factory reset this crazy. I get what you're going for, but that's a risky play. She's watching him sleep at night, screaming at him to stay in bed, making him sleep while she watches him and cries. Why don't you love me? Duct taping the door shut. The chick has the smile curse too, and she's wetting herself. In the lunch she packed him, there's pictures from spy cameras and selfies while he's sleeping. I swear to God, if you eat the food that she packed you, you are one dumb son of a. And then this worm has the gall to beef with Sarah and act like she has a problem with Nikki for no reason. Oh my God, you have a problem with Sarah calling out this weird behavior? You literally just looked at the psycho pictures Nikki took of you, just left the house after an insane psycho night and psycho morning with a duct tape shut door. And you're upset with Sarah thinking Nikki's acting a little weird? Well, enjoy your cat sandwich.
Oh my God! Bear, are you okay?
What's going on?
On their way home from work, Ian escalates to BroCon 2, saying that he didn't invite him to a party because he wanted nothing to do with him, because it really looks like Nikki's having a mental break and Baron's taking advantage of her. Not a good look. Ian finally capitulates and says he's invited to the party but Nikki isn't, and if she's not crazy and codependent, she'll be fine with that. Before returning to stage 10 Klinger hell, Baron dials customer service on the One Wish Willow box. The customer service bro tells him that,
Hello, Shitty Walk, take a order, please.
Is this One Wish Willow?
Yeah,
Okay, then I would like to cancel.
we don't really do that.
only after his death does the wish end. It's actually a hilarious call because it's just some mellow, apathetic hippie dude. Hilarious until he asks if Baron wants to talk with Nikki. Oh my god. I would not go inside after that. Again, trinket store. Buy another. Wish to nullify my previous One Wish Willow wish. Or reverse time back to the night before I bought the One Wish Willow, while retaining all my knowledge of the time since. Something like that. You would need to be extremely careful with how that one's worded. I think the safest bet is just to nullify the wish. Nikki may kill you for what you put her through, and that would be entirely justifiable given that by now, you absolutely know what you're doing despite the stupid face you put on, and are absolutely complicit in perpetuating her enslavement so your incel can finally get laid. Disgusting worm of a human being. There are 40 minutes left of this movie, and I'm getting concerned that Worm is gonna keep this crime going up until the very end with his soppy, "Nikki, why are you acting weird? Can you stop being weird? I don't know what to do. Leave Nikki alone." I'm getting real sick of this. I don't think the boys' night only party is gonna go over well.
Ian said it was a boys' night.
That's so weird. Sarah was telling me that she's going.
Yeah, the party is super awkward on account of her story time about an incestuous, highly disturbed retelling of Hansel and Gretel.
If not, I would fillet his meaty forearm, roll it like a stick of licorice, and insert the flesh between my legs.
Okay, that's enough of that. I think it's high time Baron takes this bitch out back and bops the base of her skull with a ball peen. Baron's up next. He picks up a brick. Oh god, the dare is to kiss the person to your left. Lie. Lie about the dare. Say the most embarrassing thing that you did as a kid, then put the brick face down. Do not say out loud what that dare was, because Nikki is liable to murder this chick. Nobody here's gonna call you out for lying about the dare after the performance that Nikki just put on. You think Sarah's gonna say a damn thing? No, there's no need for it. It's only gonna cause a problem.
Kiss the person on your left.
I know I say this all the time, but Baron might be the biggest dumb I've ever seen. It's not long after that Nikki has another freak-out moment of lucidity. This time, she's taken the opportunity to end her suffering with a broken piece of glass to the face. I don't think that that's gonna work. The Willow power must be redirecting her arm away from her neck to her face to save her own life so that she can continue to exist and love Baron for eternity. That night, Nikki quietly tells Bear that she's asleep, that it's the real her, to please kill me. Baron says,
What would be so bad about being with me?
Baron has officially become the villain. I mean, he always has been since breaking the Willow and wishing for her enslavement, but knowing full well that the real Nikki is trapped and enslaved inside her body is unreal levels of depraved sociopathic incelity. And now he's perpetuating the lie about her dad's cancer to Sarah to run smoke for his slave operation. Sarah says, I really do like you, Bear, and I don't think you should be with Nikki. I promised Ian I wouldn't tell you this. Nikki and Ian have been hooking up on and off for like 2 years. It's super chill, not romantic, and Ian really does care about you, Bear. But a few weeks ago, Ian cut things off with Nikki and she was acting so weird. We thought she was dating you to get back at Ian. Cool story.
Kiss me.
They get rid of the body, after which Baron races back to the Willow store. He's entirely convinced that he can't make another wish himself using another Willow branch. But like, why not? Have you tried? There's nothing on the box that indicates you can't make another wish with another Willow branch. Just that the Willow branch that you snapped no longer contains the magical power. I don't give a shit that the store cashier is saying that you only get one wish. The guy's an idiot. Yeah, it's one wish per Willow branch. He does say that another person could nullify your wish with their wish. And who would want to waste their one wish on fixing your problems, idiot? Baron goes back to Ian to make this demand, telling him all about the One Wish Willow, and that's why Nikki's been acting crazy. Ian's like, right, I wish for $1 billion, and snaps it. 2 more left. Maybe he can get Nikki to make that wish to nullify it. He's certainly running out of chances unless the Willow distributor cranks out more inventory. Until then, he has to assume that these two are it. I would bribe Sarah's dad to say the wish and snap it. Some old dude who's not greedy and doesn't give a shit. Nikki could work, or it could not. She's completely unhinged and unpredictable. Maybe Nikki would have a moment of lucidity and regain control and wish something hellish upon you in revenge. Maybe Willow Nikki wishes, I wish Baron Bailey loved me more than anyone in the world, dooming you to the same backseat fate as Nikki. This outcome is extremely likely, and thus, the strategy of getting Nikki to create this nullifying wish is far too risky. This is who you're gonna hand a one-wish Willow to? Dumb. Oh look, it's Ian. Nikki! Bro should have taken the money and ran. Let me see. I could insert myself directly inside my depressed loser friend's psychotic Stockholm Syndrome domestic violence habitualized codependency, or I could bag up the billy and ghost myself to start a new life far away from this BS. Start out buying cash flow businesses to launder the money. Yeah, I'm going with that option. Alright, too late to nullify your existing wish because now you're going to jail for the rest of your life after causing the murders of your two best friends and probably Nikki too here in a few seconds. At this point, you're gonna have to wish to go back in time to reset this disaster. Or you could suck on the barrel of the revolver and take the easy way out. Well, I guess they're both easy way outs, but actually, yeah, he should go with option B. Blow his brains out. Screw this worm. But you already know he's not gonna go through with it. He opts to perk up like his cat Sandy did instead. Before the pills stop his heart cold, he gets up and embraces Nikki with the undying level of passionate love that can only be summoned by a one-wish Willow. Yup, Nikki wished for Baron to love her the same as she loved him. Knew it. Baron dies seconds later, breaking his Willow's curse over Nikki and freeing her to live with the consequences of his actions. Her life destroying memory of everything the Willow made her do, and if she's lucky, capital punishment by the law. Ultimately, had Baron been a bit more careful with his wish wording, attempted to nullify his wish by snapping another Willow, or just sacked up and dealt with reality the honest way, Ian, Baron, Sarah would have survived, and Nikki wouldn't have had all of her innocence, humanity, dignity, and freedom destroyed. For that reason, I would say the one-wish Willow in Obsession was beaten. Moral of the story, hire a lawyer before speaking to the genie in the bottle.